All right, so let's take a look to see what happened in the markets today. And today is Wednesday, April 7th, and we try to do this in 5 minutes or less. Well, what do you know? The S&P managed to squeeze out another record close, but barely. Let's take a look at the indices. So here we have the Dow, and you see the Dow pretty much unchanged today, only added 16 points, so that's nothing for the Dow. And if you take a look at a 5-minute chart to see what happens throughout the day, this is actually telling the true story of today. We opened here on this bar, this is where we opened, and as you see, we quickly went higher, lower, diddled around, it didn't go anywhere, and then managed to squeeze out a small gain here going into the close. So this is what happened today, pretty much in all major indices. Now, however, the NASDAQ was definitely the strongest, finishing up 0.3% today. So what happened? It seems that today traders were waiting for the Fed meeting minutes. So today, the Fed meeting minutes were released right here, as you can see. And this is where the major indices went back and forth waiting off what's happening. So at 2 p.m. they were finally released, and no surprises. Because the Fed basically said that they will keep asset purchases at the same price. So translated into plain English, the Fed is keeping the policy the same in full support of an economic recovery. But in spite of the spotlight, and it looked all good, right? Markets didn't move at all after the release. So looking at what else happened, you see that President Biden spoke today. And President Biden, as you know, he recently revealed the details of his $2.3 trillion infrastructure plan that includes a corporate tax hike to 28%. And today he said that he is willing to negotiate on the proposed tax rate. So this is what has been going on. And if you take a look here overall at the FinWiz map, then you see that overall growth stocks have outperformed value stocks. So if you draw a line right here, then we have up here all of the growth stocks, and here we have more of the value stocks. And if you look at it, then you see that Apple was up 1.34%, Google finished 1.35% higher, Amazon 1.72%, Tesla was lower today, almost 3%, 2.99%. Now, overall, I must say, it was a really, really weird day. Have you ever heard of an upside down day where everything is the complete opposite of what you expect? Well, in the markets, let me give you 3 examples today. We're going to switch over again to the charts. And the first company that we look at is CCL. I'm going to switch back to daily charts here. Zoom in a little bit so that you can see it. So CCL today reported earnings, as you can see. Now, they reported earnings and said that they suffered a bigger than expected first quarter loss. And yet, as you can see, they finished 1.4% higher. So, how's this making sense? Now, continuing this upside world today, we have another company, Beyond Meat, and they announced today that they will open its first manufacturing plant in China. And you would think that this is good news for the stock, right? But traders didn't care. And as you can see, BYND finished 1.4% lower. No, actually 2.7% lower here. Now, we had another company upside down, always the opposite what you expect it to do. And this was Disney today. So what happened with Disney? Well, as you know, Disney is opening its Disney World in California later this month. And today they released more information on how visitors can book a visit. And they also told us what visitors can expect in terms of attractions and dining later this month. All good news. But as you can see, Disney was down 1.14%. So what can we expect for the remainder of the week? Well, looking at the economic calendar, let me just bring it up here again. So looking at the economic calendar right now, we have the all-important Fed meeting minutes out of the way. So let's see, what else could traders focus on? Maybe they'll focus on Powell, who is speaking tomorrow at noon at an economic forum. Or so maybe this will move the markets, or maybe we have another upside down day, right? Because markets might be moving lower because of good economic news. Well, One thing is for sure, if you go back to the charts here and take a look to see what happened here thus far this week, we just take a look at the Dow Jones here and zoom in a little bit of what happened this week. We see that on Monday, right here, we had this up move, so we had a rather big day on Monday, and after that, markets have been pretty quiet, right? And markets usually don't stay quiet for long. So let's see what happens tomorrow. Anyhow, this wraps up today's stock market news in 5 minutes or less, and it took us 5.5 minutes. Anyhow, keep in mind, trade what you see and not what you think, especially with these upside down days, right? And I'll see you in the next video. Have a great rest of your day.